Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Everything's fine. So, yeah, I guess we can all go back to bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can just report everything's fine now. Yeah, we fixed it all yesterday. So
I missed that.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Huh.
Actually, I wish that were the case. Wouldn't that be nice if that were in fact the case? There's a couple problems left, just a few that we're trying to clean up.
Well, we got the right man for the right job
at the right time, in the right place.
Stuff. Joe Biden, he's going to fix it all.
Oh.
Which, I mean, he owes us that since he's the one that has destroyed it all.
Yeah.
So he kind of...
He's done a pretty good job in 9 months of just taking a sledgehammer to the nation. He's done a really good job of that. Now, there's a little battle going on in Texas between the federal government and the state government. A little battle of executive orders because Biden's executive orders for employees and for companies over 100 people in conflict now with the executive order here in Texas that you can't mandate any of that for any company or employee. So it'll be interesting to see who wins out in that little battle.
Well, Southwest Airlines has already said, we're going with the federal government on this. Well, then why don't you ring up the federal government and tell them to make it an official deal? Because it's not yet.
Yeah, it's not even, it hasn't even been ordered yet. There's a press release, and I guess they're going by the press releases now, federal law. And I have news for them at the White House. An executive order is not federal law. Law is made by the legislative branch. Huh. What a concept. Huh. So presidents can't order law. They just can't order something into law. Now they can do this executive order, and I guess it carries some weight, but it can be overturned. It can be changed at any time by anybody, really. Well, any other president. And, you know, there's going to be a battle to see whether you have to abide by the governor or the president in this dueling executive order thing. But it is not a law. It's not. These things are not laws, and they're being positioned as laws, and some enforcement agencies are calling them laws and arresting people based on them. So, I mean, things are just a little askew right now. That's all, just a little askew. Here's Jen Psaki talking about, is this where she's talking about the federal law? Do we have the Psaki things?
We have Jen Psaki?
Okay, maybe this is from yesterday, and we didn't get to it.
What do you mean? No, we got...
Or we didn't carry it over for today.
Okay, well, I mean, if we had it yesterday, we could play it again, I'm sure.
Try the Nancy Pelosi. The Build Back Better.
Oh, yeah, we got to get that done.
Baskets.
I mean, this is going to fix everything. If we could just get that done, she's going to explain how great it is for us here.
Yeah.
Medical leave and the rest. The Build Back Better is 3 baskets. It's climate, which we spent some time talking about already.
3 baskets.
Health, jobs, security, and moral responsibility.
Wait, that's...
Healthcare.
Oh, so that's
the
6
issues
baskets.
that relate to the Affordable Care Act, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Oh, 7, 8?
I think I got
family
9?
care.
I'm
I
at 10.
mentioned some of those issues
I'm at
already.
10.
So we're putting 10 into the 3?
We do,
is that what we're doing?
Transformative. It will produce results.
Yeah,
And we are very grateful to our president for saying,
What an
I want to
idiot.
pass the bipartisan legislation on infrastructure, but I will not confine my vision for the future to what can be in that bill. Hence, we need the Build Back Better.
You got it?
Yeah.
You get it? Did you get that?
No, actually, no. I don't.
We're shoving 10 things into 3 baskets.
Okay. So it's like 3 1/3 per basket?
Yeah. That's
essentially.
Messy.
Yeah.
Which one you break up? Which one you're going to split up, though?
I don't know.
Maybe the mental? Is that what part of it was? Speaking of mental.
I don't think we have any room for her to split up any mental stuff. She's got enough problems with the mental as it is.
And she wants it to be bipartisan. She can't even get her own party on board with that. So
Unbelievable.
good luck, y'all. Well, actually, no, Pat. No, I'm not wishing you good luck at all.
No.
I hope this continues to fail. But yeah.
Because Biden's spending plans are on the ropes right now, and they know it. And they're trying to do anything they possibly can to get this thing back on track.
If only they had a messenger, right? They could
if only.
Carry their water.
Yeah, right. One of the journalists in the room asked an interesting question about if you're not selling this plaid very well because people don't really like it.
Do you think you need to do a better job at messaging and going forward? How do you sell this if ultimately you have to?
Well, I think you all could do a better job of selling it, to be very frank with you.
Wait, what? You want us to sell your policies? I'm sorry, that's not the job of the media. It's amazing, though, that she believes it is. Yeah. Because that's what they have been doing.
Exactly. She just expects them to do this.
Yeah. So you're expected to carry out our policies now. As the media, we don't expect you to be impartial, unbiased. We expect you to go out and sell our programs. We've outlined them for you. Now go sell it to the American people.
I think you could be doing a better job selling it, quite frankly.
Wow. She's hideous. But that shouldn't be much of a surprise. She's been hideous for a really long time.
Yeah, the degrees of hideousness are definitely increasing.
She's definitely gotten worse. She's definitely worse. I just saw, too, where she and her husband, $350 million. Apparently, none of their investments go wrong. Huh. That's interesting. So you know exactly what to invest in and when. Are you just that astute? I'm sure that's what it is. You're just really good at predicting what stocks are going to go up and what are going to go down. I'm sure there's no insider trading there.
It's really funny.
All.
It's funny you say that. Because, if how do I say this? If you were to invest in what her husband invests in, you're doing quite well.
Yeah.
You just follow his lead. When you see set a news alert for I forget his name off the top of my head, and then whenever you
Bob.
That's how it works.
Bob Pelosi. I don't know if that's what it is.
Yeah, I forget it. But seriously, every now and then it'll come out of stuff that him and his company are investing in.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and invest in that too.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Yep. Because Nancy, it just came from Nancy to the husband. Get this.
Paul Pelosi. Yeah.
Paul Pelosi, yeah. So just watch what he does and act accordingly. And you too could be a 300 millionaire. Wouldn't that be nice? It'd be really nice. Now, her city is doing really well. You notice that another 5 Walgreens have had to close down in San Francisco because of theft. The theft is so bad in San Francisco, and they're not doing anything about it. The officials are doing nothing to help out these businesses. People just go in and start emptying the shelves into their garbage bags, and then they calmly walk out the door and nothing ever happens to them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, they've actually upped their game. They're no longer just taking stuff off of the regular shelves and walking out, like you say. Watch this video from a pharmacy, Pat, right there in California. So
going back and getting the drugs now?
Yeah. Clip 9.
Good move.
Okay, so the lady runs out. And you're like, wait, why is she running that way? Well, she's going out to try to get a cop or something.
Stealing medication.
But this lady that's recording for us is pointed back toward the pharmacy because, looky here.
Oh.
I'm just going to walk out of here with my hands full of all the stuff I need, and I'll catch you later.
See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
And everyone's just like...
Everybody just letting him go.
Call 911, please.
Call 911, please. Yeah, okay,
Like
sure.
that's going to help.
Good luck.
That'll help. Yeah, good luck with that because the police are doing nothing.
California, 2021.
Nothing about it. This is so bizarre. I never thought I'd ever see this day where you could just walk into a store and, in fact, walk into the back of the pharmacy and remove all of their drugs, all of those drugs that he could carry, and just walk right out the door with them.
He knew what he wanted, right? But he didn't even come in with a bag. I mean, bro. Because he had one hand and he used the other hand to open the little door thing there, and you're like, could have planned a little better.
A little better, yeah.
But don't you pine for the days when our children are living among the freedoms that a banana republic offers. That would be.
Oh,
neat.
yeah.
I hope we get there someday.
Can you imagine doing that, though? I can't imagine walking into the back of a pharmacy and just taking all of the pharmaceuticals I want.
Well, I can in California where they're refusing to enforce the rule of law.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't they just make it official? I mean, I guess they have in some cases, right? They have made it official.
Well, they have.
Where it's under $600 or whatever it is.
Right. They won't even prosecute.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's technically that's legal now, is it not?
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
It's not illegal.
Those might have been worth more than $700.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But generally speaking, man, you could just do your shopping.
Yeah, you can.
One day, just get $590 worth of groceries.
$650 the next. Yeah. And then another $500 the next day after that.
You got to keep it below $600 because we don't want to trigger at least in Dallas, we don't want to trigger the cops here, you know?
I thought it was $700. Wasn't it $700?
Okay, I thought it was $600.
$600 though might trigger the
inflation. They should be $700 by now.
The $600 thing will trigger the bank.
Oh yeah,
check. The check on your bank account.
Is that how they got to
the
that
IRS
number?
I don't know. It's the $700 thing came way before the $600 bank account expenditure.
Yeah.
But that's going forward too. Pelosi has said, yeah, we're going to keep that in the bill because a lot of people are doing bad things, and they're committing crimes against the IRS. They're avoiding taxes. Wait, so because a couple of people are doing shady things with their bank accounts, you're going to start monitoring all Americans and their bank account expenditures, moving things around?
Yeah, they just want to watch us. That's all.
That's all they want to do. It's so wrong. Again, like civil asset forfeiture, it's unconstitutional. You can't just do that. It's not without probable cause, and there is no probable cause to just monitor everybody. You can't do that. But they're going to. They're going to if this reconciliation bill passes, which is amazing. 888-900-3393, also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. By the way, we talked yesterday about Kyrie Irving, who wasn't going to play any home games because they won't let him. He's not vaccinated, and so he won't be welcome in the basketball arena in Brooklyn. Well, now the Brooklyn Nets have told him, yeah, you can't play at all. You can't play at home, and you can't play away. Oh, all right. I guess they're going to still pay him $17 million for the away games, but they're not going to pay him for the home games. What a strange situation. So you'd rather lose than give in on this policy that he must be vaccinated. You're going to force him to get this vaccine if he wants to play basketball again. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, doesn't this feel like we're kind of at that moment in American history where it's going to fall one way or the other here? And people like Kyrie Irving and Southwest pilots and some of the Amtrak folks, like they're the signal that there is some hope that we can salvage freedom here. And this seems like a very watershed moment in our history, and I don't say that lightly.
And who would have thought that this kind of stand would come from the NBA? I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed it would come from the likes of LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. But, I mean, LeBron's vaccinated at least. Kyrie Irving is not even vaccinated, and he refuses to be. And so it'll be interesting to see if either side caves here. Are you going to sit out the whole season? I guess he is. I guess he's prepared to do that. And I'm sure financially he can afford to do that.
I just hope he stays strong and just
too.
Continue to offer your support for people like him and Cole Beasley and others who
Definitely
are really sticking their necks out. And I appreciate it a lot. But there are glimmers of hope out there.
They haven't said Cole Beasley can't play in Buffalo, though, right?
No. It's just he's one of those players that, has to be he can't participate in functions with the team. It's a mess.
Do you have to dress in a separate locker room or any of that?
I don't know. I just remember that. I don't remember all the details of the NFL policy. They're just dumb. I remember that much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. And our military, of course, being forced into being vaccinated, but Catholic troops can refuse COVID vaccine.
Oh, wow.
According to an archbishop. Now, the Pope has said, go ahead and get the vaccine. But this archbishop has said differently. Catholic U.S. troops should be allowed to refuse the COVID-19 vaccine based solely on conscientious objection and regardless of whether abortion-related tissue was used in its creation or testing. That's according to the Archbishop for the military in a new statement supporting service members who are seeking religious exemptions. No one should be forced to receive a COVID-19 vaccine if it would violate the sanctity of his or her conscience. Huh. Well, there you go.
I like that. So how many troops are now all of a sudden going, I'm Catholic? That's right. Yep.
Yeah, because you face disciplinary action, at least a dishonorable discharge, which I think cuts into your benefits and things, right?
Yeah, I wonder how. I'm not kidding. How many troops are ordering rosaries right now online?
Probably a lot.
Having them shipped to them. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Look,
probably.
I've been Catholic. What do you mean? This is my deal here.
You're going to have 20 or 30, maybe 40% of the military who just doesn't want to. I don't want to, and I'm not going to. Now, New York must allow religious exemptions to COVID-19 vaccine mandates, according to a federal judge who made that ruling yesterday.
Wow.
That they can't impose a COVID-19 vaccine mandate on healthcare workers without allowing their employers to consider religious exemption requests.
Glimmers of hope, Pat.
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
What's this judge's name?
Judge David Hurd from Albany, New York.
Okay. Just want to look and see who
appointed him.
Yeah. Is this a federal or is it a state thing? It's a state. Yeah, he's
a federal judge.
Oh, he is?
He is.
Oh, thank you, Bill Clinton.
Really?
Yeah.
A Clinton judge. Wow. Well, that's good.
Uh-huh.
All right. So like you said, there are some glimmers of hope. Yeah. So, maybe it was a little bit of an overstatement that we solved all our problems yesterday.
We're on the cusp, though.
But yes, we're getting closer. We're getting closer every day. Now, let me tell you about Tommy John. Tommy John underwear. Because, of course, fall is chaos in your pants. And, you're overheating 1 minute. Like today, it's right now.
Bro.
Here we are. It's October 13th. It's 82 degrees.
Right?
82 and humid.
I woke up. I thought my phone hadn't refreshed,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I got it. It's not 80 degrees. And it did this for like an hour, and I kept saying, okay, I guess it must be 80 degrees.
And then it's going to cool off this weekend and be, quite a bit cooler, I think. It's going to be 70s during the day, but 40s overnight. So then, you'll be overheating 1 minute, and then you're freezing the next. And so that's where Tommy John comes in, because this underwear can handle absolutely anything the weather throws at it. When you start off your day wearing Tommy John, you're that much more comfortable. So you can do everything better with underwear that's not riding up or making you uncomfortable, hot or cold. It's so great. It's the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. And don't forget their loungewear too, because their loungewear is fantastic. It's soft. It's comfortable. You'll never want to take it off. Get 20% off right now with your first order at TommyJohn.com/unleashed. That's TommyJohn.com/unleashed for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/unleashed. See the site for details.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Global stilling. It's a real problem. Apparently, the globe is more still than we'd like it to be, or it needs to be.
It's just chilling out, huh?
Yeah, it's just being still and quiet. It's so stupid. There's not enough wind to provide the wind energy that we need for these turbines.
Okay.
And so industry experts are warning that climate change may have caused wind speeds in Europe to plummet this year in news that threatens to drive energy prices even higher.
Oh.
Everything's global warming.
Everything's got
global stilling, global cooling, whatever.
But listen to that threat.
Stupid.
They're going to say that climate change is affecting wind energy production. So now your fossil fuels, we're going to have to jack the price up because we don't have enough wind.
Yes.
It's always our fault.
Long labeled a savior of the energy industry, wind farms have cropped up across the continent in recent years and have been billed a low-cost, renewable, and dependable source of power. Have you ever driven through Oklahoma and seen all of those wind turbines?
Oklahoma,
they are everywhere.
Colorado, West Texas.
Everywhere.
You know, it's kind of one of those things where you see and you're like, oh, it's kind of cool. Wait, no, this is...
Yeah.
No, I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
It is. And then we had the exploding ones that we saw last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Which is not good for livestock. Increased dependence on green forms of energy has also been touted as a solution to Britain's national gas crisis. Amid soaring global prices and energy bills set to reach record-breaking levels, but weather modeling groups and academics appear to have quashed those hopes as ever-increasing global temperatures are threatening to derail any prospective green energy revolution.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh, that's really sad.
Experts are blaming a growing phenomenon known as global stilling, whereby measurable wind speeds across the world's continental surfaces have decreased by as much as 15% since 1980. And of course,
sad, right?
That's because of our SUVs. It's our SUVs that are causing the wind not to blow. Oh, all right.
I mean, there's no logic in anything that they argue.
It's just asinine. It's asinine. Whereas they're saying this about the rising temperatures. On the other hand, in a year of extreme heat, supposedly, Antarctica's last 6 months were the coldest on record.
I'm sorry, what was that one more time?
Antarctica's last 6 months were the coldest on record. For the polar darkness period from April through September, the average temperature was 60.9 degrees below. So that's actually 77.6 below Fahrenheit.
Wow.
77.6 below zero. Oh, my gosh.
A little chilly.
And that's a record for those months. Wow. For the entire Antarctic continent, the winter of 2021 was the second coldest on record, with the temperature for June, July, August 3.4 degrees Celsius or 6.1 degrees Fahrenheit lower than 1981 to the 2010 average. Okay, well, what we're told all the time is this is happening the worst at the polar regions, right? The North Pole and the South Pole are getting hit with global warming worse than anybody, and our ice is melting and blah, 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 blah. Now we find out it's the coldest on record, or second coldest on record for the entire continent wide. Second coldest winter, June, July, August months on record, behind only 2004. Wow, 2004 was a global warming year as well.
Yeah.
So how'd that happen?
Yeah.
But, of course, this is from the crazy...
Yeah, what's your source? You've been reading the story. I'm hesitating.
Right-wing goofballs over at CNN.
Wait, the CNN
CNN.com, yes.
CNN.com.
Right-wing crazies, the kooks.
Wow.
Yeah, Trump lovers.
We'll have to
maniacs.
Share this story
yes.
for y'all to find.
I love it.
At Pat Unleashed on Twitter, and that way you can share it with your friends who can read for themselves what that crazy right-wing organization CNN says about how
I'm surprised they ran this story. What? Usually if something contradicts their agenda, they just don't run it.
Hold on a second. What's the date on that story?
Well, let's see.
Did it say?
2021, 10/9. Yeah,
10/9?
October 9th.
Exactly. So Saturday. It was a weekend schlub that isn't fully indoctrinated.
Could be.
It was like, oh, look at this incredible news. I'll share this out on the interwebs. And there wasn't the regular, bigwigs there supervising going, excuse me? You didn't run that by...
bury that. Yeah, we don't want that to come out.
Wow.
So go ahead and bury that.
That's what that was. Okay.
All right. So, second coldest throughout the entire continent on record, and the coldest in this one particular region. the average temperature. How much would you love to be a researcher in Antarctica when it's the average temperature is 77 degrees below zero? No, thank you.
Well, don't they have like a little? They have like a thermometer out there, right?
They do. They have thermometers.
You're not having to go out there and log it by hand, right?
No, I don't think so. Okay. But you do have to. I mean, they go out and do experiments and stuff. That's true. Go out in that really nasty cold weather. I don't know why you would do that. You got to be really dedicated to your craft to go to Antarctica and put up with those kinds of temperatures.
So to recap, it was the 6-month period was the coldest on record for Antarctica and the second coldest winter ever.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Continent-wide, the winter of 2021, second coldest on record. That's pretty amazing. So for June, July, August, it was 6.1 degrees Fahrenheit colder than the average for 1980 to 2010. Jeez, that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
6 degrees colder? That's huge. What happened to the warming in Antarctica? What happened? The ice caps were melting.
Well, I think the argument, and I'm not kidding, I think they're going to say that it is so warm or something that it bottles up the cold. And I think this
they will say something,
and they say
like
it happens up north too, and that's when we get the
polar vortex
when it finally unleashes to the south.
That's because it's so hot.
Right.
It traps the cold in this little space.
And see, that's typically speaking, the cold doesn't like conflict. And so it'll see the heat and it'll be like, I'm going to stay up here. And then what happens is it gets really cold up there.
Yeah.
And then every now and then the cold will be like, can I come down for a visit?
And then the cold breaks free.
And then boom,
Bang.
Next thing you know, it's February in Texas.
Then shebang, you have that. Yeah. It's exactly what happens.
But I mean, they have an argument, as dumb as it is, they have an excuse for everything.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Everything goes back to climate change.
Well, what they'll tell you here is, don't confuse weather with climate.
Okay, but that was 6 months worth of weather. 6 months worth of weather.
And if it had been hot, if it had been the hottest winter on record, they'd attribute that to climate change.
Then that story right there, if that were the facts, if it were warm, that would have been released on a Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. And then Monday morning, regular 9 to 5er would have shown them and go, oh man, you should have saved that for me to put out. I could have made it sound so much more scary and put it out on Monday morning. They've been talking about it all week, but no, you had to release it on Saturday. But instead, it just gets buried, and I'm surprised, like you said, this even got released at all.
It's incredible. CNN's done a couple of weird things lately. I don't know. Maybe somebody's...
Always check that. It's probably on the weekends.
Yeah, it might be. It very well may be. 888-900-3393. We have some more fun going on in Australia. Sunbathing in Australia is considered an offense because it's not an essential reason to be outside. You have to, if you're going to be outside, it's got to be some essential reason. So we're going to play this. Is the video too long for now?
Yeah, it's going to be too long right now. Yep.
We'll get into that in a minute. Also, that we have an update on mask wearing orders in New South Wales.
Yeah, they have a new timetable in parts of Australia for how long you can expect to be wearing masks there. So maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe.
Or maybe not. Here comes a digital identifier.
Yep.
For Australians.
I'm telling you, Australia is lost.
I don't understand it. I don't know how this is. Why have they gone so crazy with this thing?
Because
they're bizarre.
They're the experiment for Western society. I fully believe this, that it is just a testing ground. It's an island. They're unarmed. They're generally docile people. Let's see what we can get away with. And boy,
they're getting away with a lot.
They are going for it in Australia.
All right, we've got Chewing the Fat coming up next with Jeffy. We'll get into that on Pat Gray Unleashed. We're talking about this Antarctica story and how it got onto CNN.com. And I said, well, come on. What they'll say is, don't confuse weather with climate.
Yeah.
Because the average temperature in Antarctica, coldest ever, 77.6 degrees.
Below zero.
Yeah, 77.6 degrees below zero.
Oh.
Yeah, below zero.
I was going to say, at 77, it's history, right? It's just water.
Yes, well, yes, it would be. It'd be really bad in Antarctica. So this is 77 below. So there's a bit of a nip in the air. So all I had to do was turn the page to find what we were talking about. Don't confuse weather with climate.
Like there's seriously a section of the story that says weather versus climate. And what does it say right under that?
It is important to understand weather is different than climate.
Thank you.
Weather is what happens over shorter periods of time, days to months, such as the 7-day forecast. Okay. Climate is what happens over a much longer period of time, such as several years or even entire generations.
Thank you for that helpful definition.
Yes,
CNN.
Thank you, CNN.
They're so predictable, but you called it.
Incredible.
Ridiculous. All right. Got some tweets here from Tyler Produces. Keith has been teaching Nancy how to math. Niner?
Okay.
Did she say niner?
No. Niner.
No. Okay.
No, that's just okay, Tommy boy. No, so there's a problem with your math skills if I can count properly and you cannot.
And you're right. Jeffy's Fold Mold tweets, why is it when I hear Pelosi speak, it's like being scolded by my great-grandmother about how not with the times I am? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jeffy's Third Tail.
Dang,
so many of your pieces and parts have
weird.
broken off and created their own accounts. It's amazing. Old Nightcap Nancy looks like she is investing in extra glasses of wine before her presser. The wine industry must be booming. And NWO Joe, want to bet members of Congress will be exempt from the bank account monitoring? Mm-hmm. What do you want to bet?
Well, she's just drinking her own stuff, right? Doesn't her and her husband do have a winery, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I mean, she's just drinking her own stuff.
Right.
Profits going down a little bit.
Oh.
All right. Nice.
Fabulous sounds of each and every Wednesday where we chew the fat with Jeffy.
Thank you. Want me to go or?
No, not
have
yet.
to wait.
Yeah, you gotta wait, dude.
You gotta wait.
Just,
It's too good.
jump the gun.
I mean, I could just say hello.
Jeffy, have you ever thought about the difference between weather versus climate?
Yeah. Weather is a short-term situation.
Right.
Days or months.
Okay.
Climate happens over a longer period.
Such as?
Like years
or
generations.
Generations.
Right. Yeah, it could be.
So,
it's interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that this morning
Just
on the Ag Report.
It's like the difference between a song and music. A song is short-term. Music lasts forever.
Right? Thank you.
Where's an album fit in on that? I'm confused. It's a little bit of both?
A little bit of both, yeah.
I see.
An album is like a 7-day forecast.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It gives you the entire, it's just bits of music put together, but it's not climate. It's not. It's part of music, but it's not music.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's National No Bra Day. So
what?
Really?
Are you? I hope you're celebrating.
I am.
You're encouraged to leave that bra at home today, and I encourage that. Yes, from all of you. I mean, it probably has something to do with Breast Cancer Awareness Month or something. But either way, it's important that you celebrate this today. Today is also the day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
William Shatner. I'm sorry, Captain Kirk. Launches into space aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard spacecraft from the Blue Origin's launch site 1 in West Texas. But once again,
said he's terrified.
Once again, proving my point. Yeah. He talked about at Comic-Con in New York that he was terrified going up. Said I'm going up in a rocket, and our best guess is it should be fine. So there's a little. His word, niggling fire of terror. I'm terrified. I'm Captain Kirk, and I'm terrified. That's what he said. But
how many missions has he flown on?
He said he was excited.
It should be second nature to him by now.
He said he was bummed. He wanted to go up on the first one.
Oh, really?
And he said, but I missed out. But then they called me for the second one, and I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Is this something he paid for, or are they just
I think Jeff is comping the ride.
Really?
Yeah, I think I don't. I mean, maybe. Do you, if Bezos calls you and says, "Hey, want to go up?"
Oh, I'd say yes.
Well, okay, write me a check.
I'd say no.
I mean, Bill can afford it, but
I would think he could.
Yeah.
It's kind of risky having celebrities on these flights, I think. It's high risk, high reward.
It is, because that would be a big deal if, William Shatner dies in a rocket explosion.
If it's for no names, right, then I'm not trying to be flippant here. It's just...
but he's fighting Elon I guess. And Branson, so he's got to have some press.
Yeah,
to make it
he's
look
getting
good.
it.
And once again, proof positive that we're not ready for everyday space travel because it was supposed to go up yesterday, but they couldn't because it was windy.
Yeah.
But
Come on now. What about the global stilling?
Global stilling was
global stilling was supposed to be kicking in.
I think you're confusing climate and weather.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
You're bad.
One of the things that was proposed would be really funny though that I saw on the socials that should happen when William Shatner comes back to Earth after the ride. Everyone should dress like this.
There's Planet of the Apes.
That would be really funny. Really funny for him.
You're
to come
mixing
down.
your sci-fi metaphors.
I know, because there's also the Klingons. I got it. It was just a funny joke.
No, it's not funny.
Just like
it's
that.
Not funny. It's wrong.
It.
It's wrong.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You triggered the space nerd over
just
here.
funny.
You can't mix the genres
you
like
can,
that.
though, because it's funny.
No, you
I
can't.
agree,
It's not
Jeffy.
funny.
I think it works.
You can, because it's funny.
No, it's not.
Wow. It's a tough crowd today. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's getting ugly in here. Here we go.
Yesterday, you mentioned the new California law that will ban the sale of all the off-road gas-powered engines, generators, lawn equipment, pressure washers, chainsaws, weed trimmers, even golf carts. They'll either have to be battery-powered or plug into that magic box in the wall. But supposed to be implemented by January of 2024, or...
Not happening.
As regulators determine is feasible, whichever date is later. But you didn't mention another new law, again in California. They became the first state in the U.S. to outlaw stealthing, which is non-consensual condom removal. Stealthing is now illegal in California. Victims will be able to sue perpetrators in civil court for damages, but no criminal charges can be brought forward. In countries where stealthing has been deemed sexual assault, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Germany, rarely prosecuted because apparently it's difficult to prove intent on stealthing. The bill was supported by the Erotic Service Providers Legal, Educational, and Research Project, SPLERP. They believe the law will allow sex workers to sue clients who remove condoms. We'll see how that works out. There's nothing sex workers enjoy more than going to court. I mean, you can guarantee
California's
that.
got it together, though, huh?
Yes, they do. Really a reminder to please subscribe and download to my daily podcast, Chewing the Fat, with myself, Jeff Fisher. And, of course, you can get some new merch at shop.blazemedia.com/Jeffy with my new Would Ya
It's
Do
just
Ya.
that easy.
Is it? It is just that easy.
Shop.blazemedia.com/Jeffy.
Takes you right there.
Perfect.
I don't know. Right. I don't know why you're making it seem so hard.
No,
because
it's easy.
not.
It's easy. Nothing could be simpler.
I know. I mean, I don't have the IT people working for me like Built Bar, who was able to get rid of bar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I could only get rid of a few words on that, it'd make it a little bit easier, but can't help you with that.
Like Shop Jeffy would have been really good, right?
Something like
that. Yeah.
Something. We've seen the Marlins fan catch a foul ball with her hat.
Previous foul ball.
It says, oh, look at that. Nice.
Nice.
Thought it with the hat.
Went in. Got it.
Nice. Gives it to the kid in front of her. We've all seen the Diamondbacks fan catch a foul ball with his child and his beer. This guy is a king.
Yes.
Drops the kid, catches the baseball, saves the beer. That's America right there, man.
Please, I know what you're playing.
That's
I know
awesome.
what you're going to play.
Of course, it's a network rule. Blaze Network roll. We have to show Blaze TV host Stu Bergier catch his foul ball at the Blue Jays game. We got to show that. Don't want you to miss that. And we have to add one to the compilation now. A White Sox fan uses her prosthetic leg to catch a baseball in the crowd.
No, honey, no. No, I'm sorry, that's icky.
So it is kind of an asterisk catch since it wasn't a foul ball.
That's icky.
The bullpen tossed her the baseball because apparently this Shannon Friendus lent her leg to a friend. I'm sure there was no drinking of alcohol going on. And her friend kept waving it to the guys in the bullpen saying, throw me a ball, throw me a ball.
How cool.
And so finally somebody tossed the ball up on. She caught it with the leg. And, amazingly, it was caught on video for TikTok. And so, I thought, viral it went.
What I thought you were going to play there, Jeffy, was the Braves are in the playoffs as well. And Chipper
who could
Jones.
Forget that?
And Chipper Jones, the Hall of Fame third baseman for the Braves, was in the crowd. And a foul ball came toward him, and he completely muffed it. It just bounced right out of his hands. And
they're hard to catch sometimes.
Right.
I mean, I've had them pop out of my hand. They're tough.
Really? You
Yeah,
an
they're
athletic
moving.
specimen such as yourself?
I know, but I was sitting behind the net, and it came back up over the net, and you just boom, that baby's moving, man. Mm-hmm. And I had to beat the crap out of the guy behind me that got it, but I got the baseball.
You got it, though.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Yeah, I got it, no problem.
It's a little different, you not catching it from Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
It is.
Not catching it. There's a little bit of a difference.
A tad.
There. Yeah.
A tad.
Yeah.
Plus, Keith's example showed Chipper was using two hands.
Yeah.
Did he use two hands?
Yeah, I believe he.
Did he?
I believe so. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
So I tried to one hand that bad boy. Okay, 7-Elevens now in India. You can go ahead and start writing your own jokes.
In Delaware,
no.
Wait, what?
Indian Americans moving from India.
That's not it?
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
He's not joking.
So
he's not joking. He's really a racist.
I'm not
he's
sure.
not joking.
I'm
I
not
bet
sure
that guy's,
what that means.
He really is racist.
His career was over after that, right? Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh, no. I don't know. He went missing right after that.
Brain
He did. They opened the first store in Mumbai this past Saturday. The Texas-based 7-Eleven. Texas-based 7-Eleven. 77,000 stores in 18 countries around the world.
77,000?
77,000 stores in 18 countries around the world.
Is that the most of most franchises of anybody? That must be
possible.
I can't imagine more than
possible.
77,000 stores.
So Reliance Retail Ventures, who is owned by Mukesh Ambani, who is Asia's richest person.
Rolls right off the top.
He's only worth about $102 billion, something like that. He said that there's going to be a rapid rollout of 7-Elevens in key neighborhoods and commercial areas across greater Mumbai, which is beautiful
this time of year. It is.
Man.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm not sure.
There? Is it 80 there like here? What is
It's one of the fastest growing economies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
second largest country. And obviously we saw,
Second largest population-wise.
how people are, working. There's several people working in Delaware for sure from India. I'm not sure if it turns around the exact opposite, but there's audio of a 7-Eleven
wouldn't it be funny
worker from India.
if the 7-Eleven workers in India were Americans? That'd be funny.
Believe me when I tell you, you cannot work at a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight American accent.
Thank you.
I'm not joking.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and reverse that bad boy. For at least 2 years now, an elusive, they called it an elusive elk in Colorado, had been wandering the hills with a car tire around its neck. And wildlife officials say it has finally been freed of its obstruction. We as humans have decided, even if he wanted it on as elk bling, maybe trying to attract a little female for the elk business, that we know better. We know better. So the 4.5-year-old, 600-pound bull elk was spotted near Pine Junction. That's just southwest of Denver. He was tranquilized. Then the officers with the agency had to cut off his antlers to remove the tire. because they couldn't slice through the steel-belted tire.
Oh, he worked hard on those antlers, too.
I guess they claim they would have preferred to cut the tire and leave the antlers, but it was a dynamic situation. So now the elk is left without his bling, without his antlers.
Oh,
That's going to be a slow business year for that elk in Colorado, man. Times are tough for that elk, I'll tell you that, man. So, we can talk a little football if you'd like. NCAA, NFL, CFL.
Jon Gruden was taken out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor, I saw.
Already?
Just amazing. Well, the email where he's telling Allen to have
he said
Glazer.
ugly things.
Well,
but it was between him and some
private
other guy.
emails.
How'd that come out, by the way? I don't understand how that came out.
Well, they were investigating the Washington Redskins /football team.
Yeah.
Right. And so there were 650,000 emails that they went through, and Goodell authorized as they were going through because they were investigating Washington. But then, it's amazing that a bunch of those emails were saying bad things about him.
Yeah.
And so he authorized the rest of the people to go through those emails and find out what else has been said. And so he was called the F word and the P word and all kinds of stuff from Gruden because Gruden hated his woke business in the NFL, letting all this stuff.
Wow.
And so, now, of course, he's gone in Tampa because he made a joke about Brian Glazer and, being gay.
He's closed every door possible. No. Yeah. I know, but he's done.
I think
he's just done.
And all those guys on the email train, Drosty from Hooters, those are all guys. Of course, they're going to be joking around like that.
I think a member of this audience said it well, Sabes84, where he said, how many times do you think the N-word is said in NFL locker room over the course of a day? You going to cancel all those guys?
Like a million.
Come on. Just amazing.
More coming up. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Australia's gone mad. We've been showing you that for a while. And parts of Australia, at least. We have listeners in Australia that have, I think in Sydney, that have told us, no, it's really not that bad. There's nothing going on here.
That's what we would say about Texas, but we live in the same country as California, New York.
That's true.
So I guess maybe that's the perspective
true.
There.
Yeah. Here was a guy sunbathing on the beach by himself. Nobody around him.
Outside, huh?
Outside.
Wow.
Yeah, outside where nobody gets COVID from being outside.
Especially when the sun is shining. Okay?
Yeah. No, nobody's getting COVID. How many studies have they done where they can't find anything that's really happened when you're outdoors enjoying some sort of activity? That's just not where you contract COVID.
Yeah, that's when you get the vitamin D, baby.
Right. But here's what happened.
So I'm Constable Weston from Maroubra Police Station. As I said before to you, sunbathing is not an essential reason to be outside. I'm requesting your identity because I suspect you're committing an offence.
Essential
you must
reason
provide
to be
that
outside.
identity to me, okay? And we'll investigate further.
For me, sunbathing is not essential.
Sir?
Yeah, Constable Serge from Maroubra Police. Just letting you know our body-worn video is also recording. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
He's recording now.
Your stance as well is the exact same as this gentleman?
Yeah, I agree.
Pause it for a second. Is surfing an essential reason?
Did you see the guy?
Yeah.
No, there's more than one.
Right.
There's a couple people out there surfing.
Right. Thank you for pointing that out.
That must be an essential reason to be outside.
Exercise. I guess you can call that exercise. That's an essential reason, I guess. If you're just sitting on the beach.
That is interesting.
Crazy.
Let's look this up.
Okay, so I can't come out by myself. No one's around except the surfers. You're not hassling. Right. And I can't just lay in the sun here on the beach.
Gosh.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Surfing is not in conflict with Australia's
Surfing isn't.
Because it's exercise.
That's amazing.
So you just go out and sunbathe and hold the surfboard.
Yeah.
So surfing is essential.
It's kind of like the mask thing. You just eat one bite at a time. Just keep your surfboard out there. Yeah, I'm slowly making my way to the ocean, officer. I'll get there. Had to rest along the way.
Yeah, could you not sit there with your board next to you and say, yeah, I'm just taking a break from surfing?
Yeah. Right? I like that. That's a good plan.
All right, let's see the rest of this.
Just letting you know, our bodyboard video is also recording. Thanks.
We'll start recording. Here we go.
Very much. And your stance as well is the exact same as this gentleman?
Yeah, I agree. You may be potentially breaching the public health order at this point in time.
Okay. Do we believe that the public health order is superseding common law? Is it
Okay, we're not arguing points of law with you. We're acting on the public health order. You need to be outside for an essential reason. You are in a hotspot zone for the COVID virus. Unfortunately, we must enforce. So, like, you've got to be outside for an essential reason. Laying on the beach, just having a sunbathe.
You sound like a moron. Shut up.
It's not an essential reason to be outside.
It's so stupid.
Now, we're going to look further into whether you are committing
We're going to look into it. We're gonna look into this.
We're just enforcing the health order, dude.
And see, now think about this: if it spreads as easily as they claim, it does,
they're in a
right?
hot zone,
and the guys, the cops walk up to the guy. That interaction alone is a higher risk than if you just let the guy alone on the beach.
Right.
You don't go and talk to him or anything.
Police run into saving people, Keith. They don't run away.
Wow. Yeah.
And this just because you're outside, I got to see your ID. So is it a law in Australia that you always carry your ID so that you can show it to police officers in case something happens? What if I don't have my ID with me?
You're supposed to have it with you here in the U.S.
I don't. What if I don't? What are you going to do about it?
We're going to arrest your ass.
That's ridiculous. That's asinine. So I do have to carry papers.
I think you do.
I do have to carry papers.
It does look that way.
Asinine, if that's the case. What are you serious?
I think you do. That's why they're
Nazi Germany.
That's why they're looking into having the wallet app on the iPhone.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Google is working on their
Australia's
apps
closer than we are,
so that you're able to have your digital ID at all times.
Yeah, we're getting to that.
But why don't you just put the chip in? All right, let's put the chip in.
Yes,
be done with it.
That's what we're coming to.
Sure is.
Because that will be the convenient way that we can just check everybody.
You'll have your ID, you'll have your health records, you'll have everything right there.
We don't have to mess with this. Yeah, you don't have to carry a wallet anymore. You can be on the beach and you just have this in your forehead and we'll just scan your head.
Well, think of how they...
Why don't you just put it in your wrist? Why would you put it in your forehead?
Think of how they've eased us into just accepting for convenience sake. Mm-hmm. Yes, whatever. I just want this app. Yes. And now we're to the point where I can see people just be like, whatever, I agree, just let me go.
Yes. They've conditioned us.
And really, I don't care if you agree. We're going to go ahead and do it anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and they don't care.
Google's already reporting to the government certain searches of names and addresses and stuff like that.
Those are still under warrants, though. They do care. I mean, they still have warrants issued to them for that.
Not for that.
Keyword warrant. Or what was it? Is it keyword warrant?
Yeah, keyword warrant.
Yeah,
yes.
That's...
What's the
geofence?
The geofence.
They have warrants for that.
They don't get warrants for that. You don't need a warrant for that.
They do.
I don't think so.
Let's be honest.
Does
the Constitution and rule of law apply at all? It doesn't matter if they've got a warrant or not, Jeffy. I mean, it's just going to happen.
It doesn't apply anymore.
How dare you?
But
there's a rule of law in this country.
Is there?
Also in Australia, got an update on mask wearing orders in New South Wales.
Oh, yeah.
Here's that update.
And respond. Your level of restrictions, what you permit. It may be that we actually have indoor mask wearing for years.
For years.
And this virus may throw us curveballs. There may be, we've got the Delta variant. God help us if we have another variant.
By the way,
we might have indoor mask wearing for years.
But there is no other variant. Right?
Yeah, R1. R1.
Yeah, I mean, there's other minor ones.
They already got one.
But there's none that are any breakouts now.
Yeah, but
there are other variants, obviously, but there's none that are breaking out.
Can you play that again? She seems almost happy that there could be another variant. I mean, that would be crazy, right? I mean... Played this.
Yeah, that was a Kamala look.
Look at that, man. Crazy eyes.
Your level of restrictions, what you permit.
Yeah.
It may be that we actually have indoor mask wearing for years.
No.
And this virus may throw us curveballs. There may be, we've got the Delta variant. God help us if we have another variant.
She's hoping.
It sounded like our hope is we have another variant.
Is she hoping or is she setting up the next variant?
Thank you. Exactly. I mean, they love this power trip.
They do.
Of course, of all the terrible Orwellian things that she just said there, the thing that bugged me the most was her enunciation on curve balls. No, it's just curve balls.
Weird.
Come on, lady.
Weird.
She's crazy.
What bothered me the most is we might have indoor mask wearing for years. For years? No. I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with this for years.
Well, that's, I mean,
no.
No. We're not doing it in America, right? I mean, in America, we have the government telling us that we should wear masks, and then every Saturday we have stadiums all over the country with 100,000 people in it that are saying, let's go Brandon. So, okay, come on now.
Almost nobody at the football stadiums has, but
and the ones that do, and some
that's
do.
Not where they're getting
so what?
It,
right?
Yeah, but that's not where they're getting it, and the science backs that up.
Right.
I don't think anybody denies that science.
Well, it's hard to now. It's
really hard to because we've had the Super Bowl, and they were worried about that being a super spreader. It wasn't anything of the kind. Even the big motorcycle get together up in South Dakota.
Sturgis.
Yeah, Sturgis. That was no big deal, apparently, right? Because we didn't hear about some massive outbreak.
Begging for it.
They wanted it so badly.
Yes, they did, man.
So badly. They were checking those South Dakota numbers every day for weeks after Sturgis. And disappointingly, there weren't any spikes.
They're like, look, you're going to refresh the South Dakota numbers every morning. First thing you come in here, I want you refreshing that, and you report to me if you see the slightest uptick. You hear me? You understand what I'm saying?
We can blame these unvaccinated motorcyclists. And then there was no spike. Okay, so now they're talking digital identification.
Oh, so convenient, right?
Yeah. Digital ID for Australians. Here we go.
Creating your digital identity is simple, safe, and secure.
Okay.
To get started, you'll need an email address.
Oh, I got that.
You'll also need your smartphone or smart device.
Okay, we're good.
Make sure you have your important documents that help prove who you are, such as your passport, driver's license, birth certificate, or Medicare card. Some online services ask for only a little proof of identity. Some ask for a little more. Now you have your digital identity. It belongs only to you. You don't have to keep sending your important documents over the internet.
Thank you.
And you can reuse your digital identity again and again.
See how convenient this is?
You don't have to keep sending it.
Right? This is awesome. You don't have to type in your card number or any of that stuff over and over and over again.
Yep.
Perfect.
And before you know it,
your
sign me up. Your vaccination status can be
right there on your digital ID.
Digital identity.
Yeah, I like it.
The mark of the beast.
Yet.
It's not the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we do get that, is it going to be each country is going to have its own digital ID, or is that going to be the one world government?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure that out at the next big meeting, right? The what do they call it? Not the UN.
Council on Foreign Relations?
Yeah, the Bilderbergers.
The Bilderbergers, yeah.
The Bilderbergers.
Or the Whataburgers. The Whataburgers
I don't
are
want
going
the
to get together.
Whataburgers in
You don't want
charge.
them?
No,
Really?
I don't
They're
like them.
overrated as
What
far as
about
leadership goes.
The bacon cheeseburgers? What about them?
Depends on if it's Whataburger or not.
What kind of bacon is it, though?
Pig bacon, the kind that you get from pigs. Yeah. What kind of bacon do you want?
Well, I didn't know if it was going to be
Because
like...
the turkey bacon is not really that good.
No. I'm not talking turkey bacon.
No, you're not? Okay, I was talking about like if it's like a maple syrup, maple syrup.
It's give me real bacon or give me death.
And I don't want any of that stuff soaked in maple syrup or whatever.
Really? You don't like that?
Nah, I put my own syrup.
The bougie
I put my own
sauce they
syrup
put
on
on
it. Ruins it. Yeah, it ruins the flavor.
Bougie bacon.
Oh my gosh.
Maple sauce.
You just reminded me. No, hold on, Jeffy. Hang on a second. There is a restaurant here in town that has recently replaced their generic catsup on the table with Heinz. I think you shamed them.
Good.
I think you publicly shamed them
Good.
and got them to change it. So
Good. I don't want to have to go in there and shut that place down again.
I mean, because you got
pull
your
my badge out, it's
over. Yeah, you got your ketchup.
So we'll shut this place down.
Heinz is the only way.
Thank you.
It is the only
Without
way.
question.
Only way to go.
Give my money to John Kerry. Whatever. It tastes good.
It's not his.
It's not his.
It's not his.
But it gets to him. I think you understand the point I was making.
He doesn't have anything to do with it. He gets none of
Then
the
good.
money.
Then enjoy your ketchup with pride.
In fact, Teresa doesn't even have anything to do with it.
Oh, is that right?
Not anymore.
She only has the Heinz Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So who am I giving money to?
John Heinz's family, who died years ago. But
what's his face?
He was conservative.
Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway owns Heinz.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Warren Buffett owns Heinz
Berkshire
now.
Hathaway
You could have let us
yeah.
stop at John Kerry and Teresa don't get any money from it, and then we could have gone to commercial.
That ruins it again.
You suck.
It ruins it again.
Thank you.
I got news for you. No, it doesn't. It's fine. Don't worry.
It's crazy how much Berkshire Hathaway owns. They own everything. If you look into any local furniture store that you think is doing really well, it's Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah. But don't forget, out there is a gerbil making crypto picks that's about triple the increase in portfolio size than Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah. So the Oracle. Warren Buffett. A gerbil does 3 times as well as he does.
I mean, that's a fact.
Not even arguable.
No.
All right. Let me tell you about Start Mail. Free services like Gmail and Yahoo aren't really free. You pay with your privacy. And since those companies have access to every email you send and receive, big tech can sell your data to the highest bidder. You don't want that to happen. That's why I absolutely love Start Mail. I trust it to secure my email. Makes me feel safe again, and also that I'm not going to get all kinds of spam because I'm using email. Start Mail keeps your mail private. Period. Every email is encrypted, even the recipient, even if they don't use encryption, which means big tech can't read, scan, analyze, or sell your personal information ever. And when you delete something, it is actually deleted. It's not like, well, yeah, it's deleted, but we can still see it. Well, that's not deleted then. How did you get my deleted email? So please use Start Mail and avoid all that spy mail and the nonsense that comes with it. I don't trust big tech, and neither should you. Start securing your email privacy with Start Mail. Sign up today and you'll get 50% off your first year. Go to startmail.com/unleashed. That's startmail with a T, START, mail.com/unleashed. To get 50% off your first year, startmail.com/unleashed. Let me talk to you about pain for a second. I got so many different places where I'm in pain. My lower back pain has been, 30-some years in the making. Yeah.
Welcome.
I know you can relate. And there's not much I can do about the lower back pain. It's just there, and it's just there forever. But I had this elbow pain in addition to the back pain, and that was too much. Okay? I can handle one at a time. I can't handle like a combo pain thing. And so I had this really bad pain in my elbow that was brought on by, if I touched my elbow joint, it was hot. So I knew it was inflammation. And people kept saying, well, go, try the Omega XL. Yeah, I will. Well, finally I did. Finally, I got past my skepticism and gave it a try. It is all natural, and it has the omega fatty acids that they get from the waters around New Zealand, and it worked. Built up in my system, and after about a week, the pain was subsiding, and after 2 weeks, it was gone, and it has not returned. Knock on wood. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research. Give it a try. It could be a game changer for you. Anytime you can get out of any kind of pain, it's a really good thing. To get you started, go to Omega XL right now, omegaxl.com/Pat. When you buy your first bottle, they're going to throw in a second one for free. You buy one, you get one free at omegaxl.com/Pat. 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
You know who Demi Lovato is?
Yeah.
She Nick at Night or Disney Kid. One of the two.
Yes.
Which was it?
Disney, I think.
Disney? How did these Disney girls go so far afield? How does that happen
What do you mean?
almost
She's still a
every
superstar.
time?
What are you talking about? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Just,
She's fallen so far.
I mean, Miley Cyrus, out of her mind crazy. Britney Spears went nuts for a while. Demi Lovato is just bat crap
They're
crazy.
all whacked out of their minds.
What is going on?
What makes them famous?
Anyway, she is encouraging now people to stop using the term aliens. Now, she's not talking about illegal aliens who cross the border.
But she is kind of.
She's talking about aliens from space.
Yeah, but she just says it's a derogatory term, right?
How does she know the aliens from outer space are taking offense to the word alien.
She's promoting her new show, though, right? She's got the new show. I think it's
Unidentified with Demi Lovato.
Yeah. And so it's all just a,
so it's a publicity stunt, is what you're saying.
New gig, yeah.
She teams up with older sister Dallas Lovato.
Oh, okay.
And best friend, I guess, Matthew Montgomery, to dive into their passion for UFO phenomenon and attempt to make contact with extraterrestrial life.
Wait, that's our representative?
Yes.
They're probably like,
Demi Lovato.
We'll pass.
We don't want to call you aliens.
If that's our representative, they're coming in with guns ablazing. They're going to finish us off. Should they actually reach beings from another world, they don't want to denigrate them by calling them aliens. Right. She says, I think that we have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs. So, yeah, that's a little tidbit.
Wait, that's the full quote?
Are we sure her name's not?
So, yeah.
Is her
That's
name?
a little tidbit.
Maybe her name should be Dummy Lovato.
Oh, like
instead of Demi.
How dare you?
You get it?
Would we even know
Dummy.
that aliens are referring to us as fill in the blank?
I don't know. We would not.
I mean, they may have a word for us. We're not going to know.
No, it's our word for them that she's worried about.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if the roles were reversed, are we going to know that they're using...
On another world?
Yeah.
That they're using a term for us?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not aware of it so far. And I don't really care because I probably don't know their language.
That's the point. That's the point.
If you believe that the aliens, the ETs, are coming to this planet and they were here before, and they were, they're just advanced humans or former humans from Earth coming back, you would hope that they would see Dummy and say, maybe we should check another one. Maybe we should look at another one.
Yeah.
Before we leave and make our decision.
Maybe.
I would hope that.
Is my sign hateful then?
Because it says aliens.
Yeah.
Should be Dear ETs.
Hold on. Yeah, I got to update that. I apologize. I wasn't trying
extraterrestrials.
Well, sure. I'll just
send help.
How about this one here? Is this better?
That's better.
Dear
There
ETs?
you go. That's better.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe extraterrestrials far more insulting than aliens to
so
them.
Well, what should
we
we come up with then?
I don't know. Maybe we
Excuse
should.
me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Dear visitors. Is that a good one? You happy with that? Dear visitors.
Visitors.
Of course, if they run the planet already, then maybe that's not it.
When they get here, we'll ask them how they want to be referred.
Dear landlords. Maybe there are landlords we just don't realize. Let's go with that one, right? Is that good? Okay.
Overlords.
Overlords.
Might be a good term.
Yeah, hang on.
Better than landlords.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Dear overlords.
I don't know. Are these people ever embarrassed? Obviously not.
No.
Obviously they're never embarrassed.
That's the whole problem. There's no shame
say.
left in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly the issue.
Absolute zero. Jeez.
Right, Jeffy? No shame in this world.
I hate that.
Right, Jeffy?
Really? Because it didn't sound.
No, man.
It didn't sound like you were really bothered by it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You do hate it, though.
Yeah. What embarrasses you, Jeffy?
He probably can't even get into it. So many things.
Wait. This guy?
Yeah. I was just trying to think of the list if there's anything on the list. And you can't.
Too many.
Give him a minute, and he can write some of them down while I tell you about rough greens.
Okay.
Been talking about rough greens for quite a while now. So hopefully you know this is not a dog food. It's a dog food supplement, and it puts back into your dog's food all the necessary vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega oils, antioxidants. What do antioxidants do? They get rid of all the oxidants? Yeah. The oxidants that you just don't want oxidants in your dog's system.
It's a big rivalry that they have. They duke it out every Thanksgiving.
So the antis come in and they knock out the oxidants, and then your dog feels a lot better. Plus, they love the taste of this stuff. My dog, for a long, just wouldn't touch the food without the rough. It's like, you forgot the rough grease.
Yeah,
Spoiled.
hello.
Spoiled.
Hello, there's oxidants in me.
So you can find out if your dog is going to love this stuff as well. And because Rough Greens will send you a free bag, just a small bag that you try out for a few days. And then if you like it, then you jump in with both feet and you can get the bigger bags. But all you have to pay for initially is the shipping on this. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFF greens.com. Or you can call 833-ROUGH-DOG.
By the way, Pat, we lead with our mistakes.
Oh, boy.
Demi Lovato, she uses they and them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's right.
Rob just informed me. So
that's right. They, them.
You really dropped the ball on that one.
And dang it.
Point of personal privilege?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Sure.
Please do not use gendered language.
All right.
Pat Gray.
You heard that right, Mama. Here we go.
Good looking.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. In about an hour, William Shatner blasts off into space. So do 2 or 3 others with him, but Bill's the only one we know.
Yeah, we don't care about it.
But he's scared to death. He's terrified, he said.
He's 90, right? He's going to be
90.
the oldest person going into space. And in real life, if we start traveling in space, I mean, this is just a theme park ride, but if we start traveling in space, 90-year-olds aren't going.
Why do you think that?
They're not going.
Why wouldn't they?
Because we don't.
If they're as spry as William Shatner, why wouldn't they go?
No, they're not. We're not going. We're not letting 90-year-olds go.
Okay.
It's not going to happen.
Can you back that up?
Yes, it's not going to happen.
Okay. There you go. You got the final word from Jeffy there.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts. 90-year-olds, you
Yeah,
may not
you're not gonna go.
apply to go to
It's
space.
not
So
gonna
just
happen.
forget about it. Forget about it, old buddy. You talking to me? In Loudoun County, how many times have we talked about the Loudoun County School Board?
Amazing.
Over and over. These people are on this school board. They're psycho. They're psycho. They don't care what the residents want. They just keep doing what they want. And it's kind of interesting because what everybody was afraid was going to happen happened by allowing males to go into the female bathrooms and locker rooms. And so everybody was saying, well, look, what if somebody who is even hetero and not trans, maybe they're a cisgendered male who's heterosexual, and they're using this as a way to go into the girls' bathroom.
Pat, that could never happen.
That's not going to happen. That can't happen. Oh, well, that's ridiculous. Well, it happened. And apparently, a girl was raped by a boy wearing a skirt entering the girls' bathroom.
At a school.
At Stonebridge High School. Sexually assaulted a 9th grade girl. God, it's unbelievable. Juvenile. Now, the school board said this boy and this incident don't exist.
Isolated incident. Oh, they
don't exist.
Yeah, they refuse
lied.
to acknowledge.
They absolutely flat out lied. Well, I'm sorry, the police backed up the fact, yes, it did happen. Yeah, the police have records. Now, juvenile records are sealed, but the attorney here for the parents said that a boy was charged with 2 counts of forcible sodomy, 1 count of other kind of sodomy, and forcible fellatio. I'm not even sure how you say that word
Jeffy,
because
jump
I've
in there.
said it so
Fellatio.
rarely. Fellatio, right?
Business.
And so he's been charged with all of these sexual assault charges. It did happen. It could happen again.
Absolutely.
And you better start protecting these girls against this kind of onslaught.
And this dad is every dad at that meeting. You know, they are calling him a liar. They are saying his daughter is lying, and he loses his mind, and rightfully so.
Was he the one that police had to take down to the floor?
In fact, he was, I believe,
so, yeah.
he was the, if I remember right, he was the one that started the downfall and brought on the FBI, saying that parents were terrorists, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, I think it is that, and that's the one incident of any kind of violence that they can cite.
Right.
Throughout all of these hearings, nobody's gotten violent. And I don't know that he was he hitting anybody? Was he doing anything? I think he was just super irate, which you can imagine.
Yes.
If this had happened to my daughter, you'd have to arrest me too.
Right.
Because I'd be out of my mind. I don't even know what I would do. Fortunately, I won't have to find out because I don't have a daughter in school like this now. Thank goodness.
I thought, people are all elected, right? The school board people.
Yeah.
Are they elected for a lifetime term or something?
No, they are not. Which is why, here in a suburb of Dallas, South Lake, they had some problems with the school board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the parents were really pissed off. School board would not comply. They would not listen to the parents. So what did the parents do? They ran against the school board members, and 3 of them beat them. And they won. So we need to take these things into our own hands and fix it. And in South Lake, they just fixed the problem. All right, you won't listen to us? We're going to get you out of here. And they did. That's what it's going to take.
Yes.
Or taking your kids out of school. That's going to cost them federal funds, and that will impact them. You take your kids out of school and you homeschool if you can. I highly recommend it. Really do. And there's all kinds of, as we've mentioned a million times, there's all kinds of tools to help you do that. You say, well, I'm not a teacher. I don't. Right, you don't have to be. First of all, you can learn how to become one, as my wife did. But secondly, there's online classes now. Mm-hmm. There's co-ops available where other people can help you do this and get you through the process. There's a lot of help available. And so you don't have to put up with this stuff.
And it's not just limited to, what are they, Pat? The 3 R's?
Yeah. Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Yeah. Which, by the way, one of your members of this audience pointed out that we totally discounted not only the A in arithmetic, but the W.
Yeah, the W.
I mean, this is just so dumb. But anyhow, these co-ops aren't limited to just those, the core subjects. I mean, there are setups that have like photography, ballet, acting, all sorts of stuff available to you.
Yes.
In the homeschooling community. You
and
just have to look for them.
If, like was the case in so many of the states that I've lived in, if your public schools won't allow you to participate in extracurricular activities like sports, and your kids really want to be in that, there are usually homeschooling alternatives to that, which we took advantage of in several cities. But in some states, they do allow you to, because I don't know, you're paying for it.
Right.
You're paying for the service with your property taxes. You should, by rights, be allowed.
Yes, you should.
To enroll them in, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, field hockey, whatever you want them to be enrolled in. But somehow they get away with not allowing that.
Yet they gladly take your property tax money.
Exactly.
Oh, they sure do.
Yep. Thank you, sir. May I have another? And we just keep keeping it. We keep accepting it. All right, got some tweets here from at Frugal Fuel. The guy robbing the drugstore didn't have a bag because, just like all of us, he went in for just a couple of things and then saw more stuff that he wanted.
Yeah, if he did.
Oh, yeah, there's some Vicodin. I can get that too. And the hydrocodone, yes.
I know. Believe me, if I'm going into the pharmacy, I'm picking up at least a basket to carry with me back there.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
What a surprise! What a surprise you would say that. Huh.
And they'll get you. You were talking about the price, of $600 or $900 here in Dallas County. It's $900. I think you can take without getting prosecuted.
Yeah, because ours did the same thing.
Yeah. But they would bust you on street value, right? Even if the medicine, if the medication wasn't exactly $900, they would get you on street value.
Right. Yeah.
Which
I'm sure this guy stole. Just things that he needed, but couldn't afford, like high blood pressure medication.
Thank you.
I'll bet that's what it was.
Yes, absolutely.
Surely he didn't go after the opioids.
No, stop.
I mean, no.
What? I got oxycodone and hydrocodone?
Whoa.
What?
How did those wind up in my arms?
Stop it.
Huh. Decaffeinated Texan tweets criticized wokeism. Career ended by wokeism. Gruden has been made an example of. Anyone else want to stand up to the minority?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I know.
Watch your schmoozle tweets, I'm not sunbathing. I'm undergoing an organic skin color change.
Okay.
You are disrupting my transition and therefore are a racist.
Aha.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I think that defense might work in California. Army of Bob tweets, do I get to decide where they implant the chip? I want to make it as inconvenient for them to scan as possible.
Why don't you wave your wand back
Yeah,
here?
that's funny, but you don't really, because it's going to hinder you more than it is them.
Yeah.
Because, you're going to put it on your butt and then have to, you're not going to want to scan that at the store every time.
You're not going to want to scan
No,
your
you're
butt?
not. You're not going to want to scan your butt every time at the store. You want it to be just that, boop, and let's move on.
What must be work? What must be work?
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you're moving, relocating, you want to sell your house, this is, in some places, still a really good time to do that. You might make a nice little profit on your house if you're selling right now. And you need a realtor that can get you through that process and help you make the decisions you need to make to get the most out of your house. Things like whether you're going to repaint and replace countertops or do any remodeling. Sometimes that's not the wisest thing to do because it won't get you the return of your investment that you need. Other times, it's almost mandatory that you do that. Like, I guess everybody's on a particular color kick right now, and they want the house painted white. So racist.
No kidding.
Isn't it?
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah, so racist. But, you want a realtor who will know all of those things. A realtor who's been successful and has sold a lot of homes. Go to Real Estate Agents I Trust. They're also fans of the show, and so you're going to have commonality when you're driving around neighborhoods. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Triple 8-900-3393. I don't know. You might be relieved, or this might be frightening. I'm not sure which. But multiple asteroids, larger than pyramids, are headed our way.
Wow.
Some people might say, "Good."
Yeah,
it's about time. Let's just do it. Okay?
Just bring it.
Just bring it on. Several asteroids comparable in size to the Washington Monument and Great Pyramid of Giza are heading towards Earth within the next few weeks, according to NASA's asteroid tracker.
All right.
I mean, and we have the test ship going up to try to knock the one asteroid off its course, right?
Yeah, when is that going to
just
happen? That's kind of cool. Is it supposed to make contact this month?
It's coming up pretty soon.
I think it is.
Are they
Yeah.
gonna
But that's
mine?
just a test, just to
mining
see
on
if
it?
we can
Right.
do it.
Yes.
That's all. Because we're not worried about any asteroids actually,
Bumping
coming
into
toward
us.
us. Or that's silly to worry about something like that. It's just a test.
Each of these asteroids has a maximum estimated diameter of around 160 meters. What is that, 6
don't
inches,
even-
6,000
So
miles?
why are they
it's gonna
bothering
burn
with
up
it?
in the atmosphere.
I don't know what it is. There's no way to tell. No way to tell.
I don't know why they're bothering with it.
I don't either. But apparently it is notable, as an asteroid must have a diameter of at least 140 meters to be considered a potentially hazardous asteroid.
Again.
A PHA, as I like to call it.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah, those on the know. Yeah.
The first of these comes November 2nd. It's dubbed, again, very catchy, 2017 TS3. Rolls right off
I hate
the tongue.
that one.
doesn't it?
I was scared of that one.
When they start naming these things more catchy names, is that when we start
That's when
worrying
you can
about
pay attention
Yeah,
to it.
because then we're like, wait a minute, they named this one like a real name, and we should probably, because I think it would be more severe that way.
This is supposed to come within 5.3 million kilometers of us. Again, that could be 5 inches or 5 million miles. I don't know.
Okay, wait, what is it? How many?
5.3 million kilometers. That's going to be about, what, 2.8 million miles?
Yeah, because I think you have
3
to
million
be.
miles.
They're concerned if you're in a 4 million mile range, right?
Does it say?
3.2 million.
3.2 million.
If you're outside the 4 or 5 million range, they don't even worry about it.
Yeah. But this is considered a close call, because of the vastness of space. But it was months ago, earlier this year, was it, when the one crossed between us and the moon?
Yep.
It was that close.
And that's coming back around again, right?
What?
That's supposed to. Yeah, that's supposed to
No.
come. I think that's coming back around. I think maybe by 2030 or something.
Oh, we're gonna
not right
be
now,
done
but
by
it's,
then
but it's
anyway. Come on, 2030.
That's a happy thought, Keith.
Yeah. 2030.
But they were concerned about that one because they're not sure
Yeah.
where that's going to come.
I like
back
Jeffy's
at.
take though, where you say they wouldn't even be bothering with this if it wasn't a threat. I think you're right.
It's really strange.
Why would you waste the resources?
Right. I mean, it takes all this time, and I mean, I'm sure
they're not telling us
that's not the only rocket.
They better be mining it.
Built.
Right? Land on it, mine it.
I mean,
you got to make those $1 trillion coins somehow.
Well, that one that was supposed to be so valuable, it was worth.
Oh yeah.
Was it 5 or 7 quadrillion dollars?
Yeah.
And then what did they say? Didn't they come back and they said?
And then it's not.
Yeah, it's like
just
a
rock.
That's what the rich people want you to think.
You know what?
Yes.
That's exactly where my brain was going. I was like, yeah, wait a minute. They said, who okayed this press release?
Right.
No. Issue another one. It's not worth anything. It's like a penny or two, maybe.
Right.
All right, get up there on that asteroid. Start mining now.
You aren't kidding. We're going to be back to mining unobtainium really soon.
Yep.
I love this story too. Superman. You all know, right?
He's got a crush, right?
You see that in the paper today?
This is damn
Kevin,
crazy.
did you read about this?
Jay, I tell you, man.
Yeah. Superman's now going to be bisexual. Because we don't, according to the writer, we don't need another white savior.
Thank you.
So.
Had enough of those.
Oh,
well, wait a minute. So is he not white and bisexual? Because.
Wait a minute.
Since when did whiteness have to do with your sexual preference?
Everybody needs a hero, Pat.
Hold on a second.
But that's a weird thing to.
So wait a minute.
Equate whiteness.
Did the guy who wrote that or has that quote there? Is he saying, because obviously Superman is still white? Is he saying that?
Yeah.
Okay, but hang on. Is he saying that he's disqualified from being a quote savior because he's bisexual? Is that some kind of downgrade for him now? That's what I'm hearing.
No. He thinks because he's had other characters in the past that he wanted to be outside the norm that were turned down, and this was an opportunity for him to do something that would, break the mold a little bit.
Okay.
And still this, the most powerful person on the planet.
That's good.
Has just got a boyfriend. So what?
Right.
What's it to you?
Whether you're a guy or a girl, the fact that you're dating Superman, I mean, that's got to be
right
to live up to that standard.
No doubt.
I mean, Superman's got to be just like, man, don't you do anything
He's
special?
still Superman.
Thank you.
So
that's right.
Yeah. He's still faster than a speeding bullet and whatnot and so forth. Now you might think, well, wait a minute, hasn't Superman already shown his heterosexuality because he was into Lois Lane?
Well, that was back in the 50s.
This is
his son.
The son, right? This is the son.
Okay.
The son takes over for Superman, for Kal-El.
And just because he was hooked up with Lois doesn't mean
he could still get
stopped by the neighbors once in a while.
This is so bizarre that they keep doing this.
They try. It's like they're trying so hard, and it's so pathetic.
The new Superman will be John Kent, Clark's son, and he falls in love with a male friend, a neighbor. And the same-sex relationship is just one of the ways he is proving to be a different Superman than his famous father. According to the writer. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the pressure of being heterosexual like my dad.
Right.
I was like, oh, my goodness.
No, I'm going to go a different way. He continued, Tom Taylor, the writer, I've always said everyone needs heroes and everyone deserves to see themselves in their heroes, and I'm very grateful DC and Warner Brothers share this idea, Tom Taylor said. I hate to break it to Tom
Taylor,
but Tom, making Superman gay includes less people, not more. Because if you want him to identify with the people who are reading, maybe 7% of the population is gay, LGBTQIA2+. That means 93% of us are not. So how are more people seeing themselves represented here? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me.
No. I feel
doesn't seem to make sense.
I feel that Mount St. Jeffy over here is about to erupt with something. He's holding back some comment. You can always tell. You can always tell. He's got that grin on his face. He's got his fist balled up to his mouth. And
I was actually smiling because someone just walked by the studio doors here, and waved at me with a particular finger, and I was just laughing at that. But
So even when they're not in the room, they're insulting you.
Wait, was did Jason Butler just walk by?
No.
Okay.
No.
Usually
He's not the only one. There's more people that wave at me with that particular finger.
That's the truth.
I think the point of this is they're not going to be happy until every single character, everybody is just, gay, bi, or trans.
So what?
And
Superman,
it's
so
important.
what?
It's important because society will be better for it.
Thank
when we
you.
all just recognize that we're all gay, lesbian, trans,
we just don't know it yet.
bisexual.
We'll
we just don't know it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, it'll be
Thank
better.
you.
It'll be better when we all are.
Okay, here
right?
comes
Because they're
Jeffy,
just better
who
people.
among
Thank
us?
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. So
you and your little cisgender.
Yeah, I welcome
whiteness.
it. I welcome it. He should also be trans. He should be trans bi.
Right. Why did he not write that
why
into
aren't
a
you,
script?
Why aren't you trans as well? Then that includes a little bit
That
more.
means a whole new suit, though. So
Does it?
Yeah.
Got some fuchsia in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. In this political correct world, there's just,
it's fun.
How do we exist in it? You know, Dave Chappelle's fighting for his life and being defiant about it. They want to take his comedy special off of Netflix.
Yeah, which Netflix said no way. They're not doing
and
it.
Fortunately, Netflix said no because it's that big a hit. So many people like it and watch it and
Always
are
comes
relating
down to
to
money,
it.
And if you watch it, it's not what it's being portrayed as. You know. And
Well, I'm sure not. His last one was really good
Right.
and funny, and just showed that there's some insanity there that even he can't abide.
And the one girl that was part of the one show, I can't remember the name of the stupid show now, but she's quitting. She's gone. Have a nice day. She worked for Netflix. She was one of the co-showrunners of Dear White People. And she was the first one that was pissed and saying she wanted to take it down, and they said
She's
no.
pissed
So
off
she's
about
quitting.
Dave Chappelle's special.
She's quitting, and she's identifies as a trans. Then they busted into a meeting. There were 2 or 3 employees, and I don't know that she was one of them or not. Busted into this meeting that they weren't invited to, a Netflix meeting, behind closed doors meeting, to complain about this. And now those people are all being, have a nice day. You don't be busting into meetings you're not invited to, no matter who you work for.
Yeah, just because you have this agenda and you have this activist stance,
Right.
that doesn't mean
Yeah.
you can just throw all rules of society out the
Right.
window and show up whenever and wherever you want. You can't just bust into a bathroom, well, I guess you can,
Yeah, well,
and harass a U.S. senator. And you can't just bust into a corporate meeting that you're not supposed to be in and start yelling at those people.
People will do what they do.
And they do what they do. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. And that's the response you get from the elitist buffoons in Washington.
Yeah.
Well, people will be people. So why should it be, then, that you and I should get along so awfully?
It's going to be an 80s day.
I'm saying.
All right.
Oh, man. 888-900-3393. So I'm just really glad to see Dave Chappelle stand up to this nonsense.
Yes, and he can.
And
right?
say, I don't care.
He can.
I don't care.
There's a few that are on the list that just say, they don't care.
Yeah,
we don't care.
The
I don't
Lieutenant
care.
Governor of North Carolina, did we talk about this yesterday? I don't think so. Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, who happens to be black, but at a...
Well, they have to go after him. They're trying to bring him down in any way possible.
He called homosexuality filth, and he's not backing down from that. So you can imagine people are just a little bit outraged.
Didn't Jason Whitlock on this program yesterday about this time infer that, that blacks are changing their tune on a lot of these political issues.
Be interesting to see if people come around here and finally say enough is enough.
I hope so.
We'll see you tomorrow here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.